Namaste student. Now today we will start the third chapter of geography and it is the drainage. Drainage, it is the important for the whole world, and the term drainage, it describes the river system. What it prescribe? It describe the river system, and all you have seen the small streams flowing from the different directions as they come together and form the major rivers. But we have to know about these rivers, where they joined. These large rivers finally they join to the sea, and when a single river system, it is drained, and when these drained in any area, it is called the drainage basin. And the observation on a map, it will be clear idea about that the elevated area as such as the or upland mountain or upland, when it separate the two drainage basin. This drainage basin, what it called? This it is called the water divide. So what is water divide? Water divide, it is an upland between the two river system, and it is divide the two river system. Now you have to know the world's largest drainage basin. Which is the world largest drainage basin? It is the Amazon River. But you have also know about the which river has the largest basin in our country, in India. It is the river Ganga. Now let us start about the drainage system of India. Drainage system of India, it is with the uh, two types. It is the Himalayan River and it is the Peninsular River. It is the Himalayan River, and Himalayan rivers which originate from the Himalayan, and the Peninsular River which originate from the peninsular areas. And the Himalayan River, what it is, which type of it is? The Himalayan rivers are the perennial rivers. What it means, the perennial? Perennial rivers receives water from the ice, but the peninsular rivers, it receives the water from the rain. Perennial rivers or Himalayan river receives water from not only the ice, from the rain also, and from the melting of snow. So it is about the Himalayan river. And the peninsular river, it starts from the peninsula. This you have to know about the Himalayan rivers, the Indus and the Brahmaputra and the river Ganga. The two major Himalayan rivers, the Indus and the Brahmaputra, originate from the north of the mountain ranges, and they have cut through the mountains, making the gorge. You may see these pictures. Gorge, it means what? Gorge, it is between the two mountain, a narrow gap there the river it flow, it is called the gorge. And you can easily understand with this area, this is the river, and this river, it is between these mountains, and it is the narrow gap. So this narrow gap area, it is the this narrow gap area is where river flow, it is called the gorge. And the source of these rivers from the different Himalayan regions. Here you may see the water divide. Water divide here between the two mountains, stream A and stream B. the different two river basins, and between these the land, it is upland, it is called the water divide. Ambala, the place, it is the example of the water divide. The rivers, it possible from the Himalayan rivers or the peninsular river, but what's it create? It's the erosional activity in their the upper course. The erosional activities, how it's possible? Because the rivers carry the loads, silt and the sand, and in the middle, what it creates in the middle? In the middle, the rivers, they are the lower course, and then what it forms? It forms the meanders. You may say this meander, here it is the meanders, cover shape it is, and this, what it create here? It deposit the silt and sediments, and the depositional features in there the flood plains, it is called the meanders. This is possible because of the river carry the silt and sediments. In this picture you may easily understand, in the upper course the source of rivers, it's this in the straight, and then slightly when it has a silt and sediments, then it start there the curve area in the middle course, and then here it forms the meanders. And then after what happened? The rivers left its part some places, then it is formed the Oxbow Lake, and this is the Oxbow Lake. It is mentioned here that it is the Oxbow Lake, but the lake it is here. You may see it is the Oxbow Lake. How it is possible? When the meanders, it's left there the areas after the flood and reduces the flow of the water, then it left this the part, river parts, and as so like the Oxbow, so it is called the Oxbow Lake, and finally it deposit in the sea where it forms the triangular shape, and it is called the delta. It is possible in the lower course. Now the last number of peninsular rivers, it is which type of rivers? It is the seasonal river. And on which things it depend? It depend on the rainfall. It depend on the rainfall. The river's peninsula, it reduces its velocity in the summer season, and the river have the shorter and the shallower course as compared to the Himalayan parts. Why? Because it receives the water only by the rain, and the river of peninsula originated from maximum, it's originate in the western Ghat and flow towards the Bay of Bengal. So this is about the peninsular river, and now the Himalayan river. One by one we have to discuss about the Himalayan river. The Himalayan rivers, the major Himalayan rivers, it's the river Indus and river Indus, and the river Ganga and river Brahmaputra. River Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra. These rivers, they are joined by the many large rivers, important rivers, and it is called tributaries. And it is the rivers along with its tributaries, it called the river system. So what is river system? You can easily understand. Now next one, it is about the Himalayan river, the river Indus river system. The river Indus rises in Tibet and near the lake Mansarovar, and this Mansarovar lake, it is from west of the Mansarovar lake, the river Indus it starts, and the several tributaries of the Indus rivers. Which tributaries? the Zaskar, the Nubra, the Shok and the Hunza, and it joined in the Kashmir regions. The Indus River flow through the Balochistan, and then this is the Gilgit, and emerged from the mountain at Attock, and the Satluj, the Byas, the Ravi, the Chenab and the Jhelum. It's joined together to enter the Indus near the Mithankot. Where the Mithankot? Mithankot, it is in the Pakistan. And this is about the river in the system. I am showing with you the map now. You have to see this map. Here the river, you can easily understand with this map the place. It is the Mansarovar Lake and the river Indus. Here it is start, where the tributaries it start from here and it goes here. The different rivers, the Indus, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Satluj, Byas. These are the tributaries of the river Indus. So what's the rising place of river Indus? You can easily understand. Then the river Ganga, it's originate from where? It originate from the Gangotri. So you have a question, you have to note down the what is the river Indus. There the tributaries, which are the tributaries of river Indus, and at which place the different rivers joined, tributaries of river Indus joined at which place and in which country. The next question it is for you, the what is the difference between the Himalayan river and the peninsular river? And the last question you have to note down about these figures. What do you know about the meanders and Oxbow Lake? And you have to draw this figure also in your notebook. So thank you for watching video. I will continue with the next topic.